cooler temperatures and the trees starting to change means that fall is obviously in the air. It's also the time of year when we have a lot of damaging severe weather, believe it or not. I'm Jaci McReynolds from the Webster County Health Unit. Most people think of severe weather as being a spring event, but actually in November we do have our fair share of severe weather. So it's important for your health and safety to think about preparing for those in advance. There are 3 key steps that we encourage you to take. The first is to prepare a plan. The second is to put together a kit. And the third step is to practice. Let's talk about preparing your plan for a minute. There are several things you might want to think about when you're putting together your emergency response plan for your family. The first question to ask is, where will everybody in the family be located when the event occurs? Many of our severe weather events don't happen when everybody is nicely gathered in the home. Children might be at school, parents might be at work, or we might be out in the community at events or at church or other situations. So it's important that everybody in the family have a main point of contact that they can call or text and let that person know where they are and whether or not they're safe. Another thing you'll want to think about when doing your family emergency plan is, if you are home, how will you get out of your home or out of your neighborhood if you need to evacuate? Do you have multiple ways to exit your house? And are there multiple routes out of your neighborhood? Think about flash flooding, for example. Is your home located in an area that has access, or are you surrounded by low water crossings that may flood? Once you have your plan in place, it's important to put together an emergency kit. And in that kit, you should have enough supplies to last you for 3 days. That means that you'll need at least a gallon of water for each person in your house for each day. That's a lot of bottled water. You might also want to think about things like medications, eyeglasses, diapers for babies, or infant formula if you're feeding formula. You'd also want to have some non-perishable foods like nuts and raisins, and maybe even canned goods. Don't forget the manual can opener, because you may not have electricity. Be sure as well to include a flashlight and some extra batteries, and if you have one, an all hazards weather alert radio would be a great addition to your kit. That way you can keep current on information as it's unfolding. You have your plan in place, you have your kit prepared. The third thing to do is to practice your plan, because that's how we identify whether or not it's actually going to work when the emergency occurs. So remember, this fall, as you're looking towards severe weather in November, prepare a plan, put together a kit, and then practice that plan. Be healthy, be safe. These are your health hints from the Webster County Health Unit.